Hello and welcome back to another installment of Ships and Giggles. After the last videos with the destroyer, the Samson, we are now back to the St. Louis cruiser, and I'm going to do a video on that today. So without further ado, I'll skip it forward and let's begin. As you can see from the minimap, after looking around and seeing where everybody was going, I went due east, or virtually due east anyway, to see what I could see. And we've got some enemies starting to pop up. Now it's also important to know I decided to try armor piercing. Since I've really just been spamming HE on everything up until now, I decided to give it another go, since there's quite a few battleships in this game. However, I'm not sure I got it quite right. Okay, first enemy, a Kuma class Japanese cruiser. Just as a reminder, you can get the details above the ship by either pressing the Alt key or in settings changing to the Alt game mode, and that gives you the details of each ship above it, which I find very helpful. So in this encounter, I'm guessing I am using the correct armor piercing ammunition because it's another cruiser and I'm going to try and obviously get citadel hits. What I'm also trying to do, thanks to a useful suggestion from one of my subscribers, is use the numbers on the targeting reticle. The 5 and the 10, they correspond to the number of seconds that the shell will take to get to target. So if you use it as a rough guide for leading, for example, if the target is 5 seconds away and you put the front of the bow against the number 5, then it gives you a good idea of where your shells are going to go. Anyway, back to the action, and I've just run into a destroyer and taken a torpedo. Unfortunately, I managed to avoid most of them, but I did take one of them. It's nice or Kazi, and at this point I really should have switched back to high explosive, but I'm still peppering him with armor piercing. Now he's just gone around the other side of that island, so I'm assuming he's going to be back shortly. As suspected, two incoming shells from him there. And we're going to get torpedoes. Oh yes, and here's torpedoes. See if we can avoid them this time. Turn into them, straighten up, and that's the torpedoes avoided. So I'll start laying in some shots to this guy again. My repair's down, so I'm on fire and can't put it out, but I'm also spamming him with armor piercing, which I realise is incorrect. Very close encounter with the battleship there. I'm glad someone was paying attention and he managed to avoid me. Still on fire unfortunately, and still spamming this destroyer with armor piercing. There's the dulcet tones of more torpedoes coming in, so just quickly out of binoculars and managed to avoid them. So that's the third lot I think that I've avoided. No, second lot that I've avoided, and I got hit by one lot. I'm also getting hit from the rear now, but there's not a lot I can do about that at the minute. I've got this destroyer to my front to deal with. I've now changed over to high explosive, I've realised, so start doing quite a bit more damage to him. Again, I'm leading him, or trying to lead him, with the numbers on the reticle, plus I'm trying to take into account whether it's heading away from me or not. Okay, so someone's not paying attention, and I thought my luck was in here, so he stopped. Easy! Oh! Missed! Oh, and more torpedoes! Straight between them. Yep. Bye bye fishy. Keep opening up on this guy. Some nice hits there. I realise I'm still getting hit from behind. Try and avoid these torpedoes and avoid those. And one more hit and is gone. I'll get him before I go. And then for some reason, I've got a destroyer behind me. I could have easily turned to port there and avoided those torpedoes, but I think with all the excitement of the other destroyer, I just got mixed up and I hit the wrong key and I turned into them rather than away from them. I guess it happens, but I thoroughly enjoyed that encounter. It was great. I really enjoyed. It just proves you can avoid the torpedoes rather than just sitting there and getting them hit you. Okay, now normally I would just fade to black and end, but I thought this guy in the destroyer did quite well. Although I don't stay with him entirely, I disappear onto a battleship for a little while. But I think he did really well. He got rid of that carrier, and then he comes back after this battleship and does a little bit more and wins the game for us, really. So I've left it on. Watch it if you want, or not. I was thinking he took a big risk at the end, but then I realised that the counter was down to less than a minute, so he had to. Anyway, a victory. I really enjoyed that one. Loved the combat with the destroyers and avoiding the torpedoes, and I think I did okay. And I enjoyed it, which again is the big point. So thank you for that, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.